from all of these exchanges. Thanks, Amihesh. And it just helps with kind of contemplating volume, because the more volume you get, the more accurate you can kind of trade on, find levels to trade off or to buy and sell from. Okay, let me actually just update the volume, because I do that as a matter of religious habit, and I like to see changes. That's why I mark them off, to see if there are any kind of changes. I kind of go to a medium time frame when I do that, because I want to capture as much data as possible. If you use daily, it will skip the current day because it waits until the candle prints, okay, to complete. Whereas if you go to like a slightly medium time frame, you lose the last 4 hours, so you can get as much data as possible when you're pulling the volume data. So, and naturally what you can see here is that the value area high has moved up. Okay, now I'm using 68%. I'm not using 70. 70 is the default. I use 68. 68 is slightly smaller than 70, so it gives you a slightly smaller range. Okay, it's just slightly. So it kind of allows you to front run the market with 68. Yeah, with levels. Just that slight 1% edge to front run the market when you're buying and selling. Point of control, value area low, perfect. And naturally we're coming into this high volume node. Let me just kind of have a look at it just to make sure that it's on point. Slightly from here. Okay, so we're coming into a volume resistance now, aren't we? Just bear that in mind. That was support. This could be resistance, just based on volume. Okay. Naturally, this area has to be flipped into support for the price to go up, and ideally, I think I would like to see this area become the point of control. This area, that's what I would like to see. I would like to see the point of control flip to here, and I would like to see the price to find support on the point of control in this area. This is kind of what I'm looking for right now. Okay, I'm not looking for lower. I'm not looking for the price to go down here. I think that would look really bad, really bearish. If that was to happen, we're in for a bit more of a longer, prolonged corrective phase, and I think a lot of people would lose interest in SLERF until it actually found its feet. Yeah, its true feet. Yeah, it'd still be a good place to buy, because if you were to drop, you'd be dropping down to the point of control. It'd actually be an amazing place to buy. If that would be a gift for most people, but it wouldn't necessarily mean that we're going up. It would mean that we're probably trying to consolidate more at these lower levels, and ultimately this whole structure becomes some kind of failed auction of these prices, and actually the price actually still needs to pick up more liquidity at lower prices. Yeah, I don't think it's going to happen, but I'm just saying that if that happens, that's what it meant. The meaning of going down, rejecting here and going down, would be simply that it's a massive failed auction. We don't have enough volume, we don't have enough liquidity interest to push the price higher, and naturally what happens is the price goes lower to find liquidity, to find demand for SLERF at lower prices. And so you might not get people try to buy here, but then if the price suddenly, if someone wakes up tomorrow, massive, like 5 gigantic whales wake up tomorrow and they say, shit, SLERF is 19 cents, they might fat finger buy. And you know, so you have to, you wouldn't, I would totally not sell. I would actually be looking to buy more, because you could suddenly get the crazy impulse that you actually wanted. Okay, which is just suddenly you come into an area where there's a massive amount of demand. Okay, I'm not saying it's going to happen, I'm just saying that that is a real important level at the moment. But for continuation of this bullish idea, and the idea is some kind of support forming on this previous high, then we really do need to flip this area into support here, this high volume node. And ideally, we need to put enough volume here to make it the point. It may not happen. Okay, I'm just looking at the volume now. I'm zooming in. You're going to have to put quite a lot of volume. Okay, because right now I can see that the volume is kind of up to here. And the point of control of the volume is basically all the way up to there. This is quite a big difference in volume that has to be put. We may not get that. Either way, whatever happens, I think this high volume node would need to be flipped into support, because at the moment we haven't tested it, but it's clearly some kind of SR flip in play here, and we just need to get right back above that. That would be a sign of strength. Okay, we're trying to get back above this pivot and failing this one. So I kind of think we're still in a corrective pattern. Yeah, just looking at it right now, it just still feels corrective to me. I can't see impulsive price action here, so just bear that in mind. Let's do a kind of like a fib pull here to this low, trying to get back above the 236. There's a high volume node in our way. We kind of need to get above this area and hold it as support. I don't know if it's going to happen, because it might, you know, it might. If we the thing about SLERF is if you just keep on going up and up and up, you're going to get FOMO. You're going to get people then suddenly buy. That's when you get your impulse. Yeah. So I've seen it happen before. I've seen it happen where you just get the price grinding up, grinding up, grinding up. People are waiting for the pullback, grinding up. They're waiting for lower prices, grinding up. And then suddenly they say, fuck this shit, I'm going to buy. Okay. So, you just also have to bear that in mind. Just because I think it's possible we go down, it's also possible that we've completed our corrective pattern here, and now we're in another kind of slow grind until we actually get our impulse. Ultimately, really, I think we have to flip this area into support for the impulse to begin, some kind of impulsive move. Okay, that would be quite a good sign of strength. People like to buy on support. If people see that the price have got above the high volume node there, then I think you could get someone actually just buy that up. Okay, that's possibly what could happen. Otherwise, let's go back to my Bybit chart and have a look at that, because I have my LE waves printed there. I'll also do a volume pull here just to see if there's any kind of significant changes here. I do have, oh, I don't, oh my god, this is the wrong chart. This is this is SLERF Sol. Okay, my bad. Let me go to my Bybit chart. Which one was it? There it is. Let me just pull the volume here as well. I always like to pull the volume, just to see if there's any kind of things going on with the volume. Pretty much a similar story, not really much to report. Nothing's really changed as far as volume is concerned. You see we're coming back to this high volume node. Okay, this was an idea. I have no idea if that's going to play out. So it was, remember, I was just talking about possible futures. Yeah, are we in like a larger corrective move, or is this the end of the correction and we're looking to it impulse? Yeah, so don't, just because I drew this, don't think that it's going to happen. I have no idea what's going to happen, really. I have to keep on repeating myself because I'm afraid that someone's going to take what I say literally when it's mostly speculative. But I will mark it out as a wave for corrective possibility if correction continues. I'll just keep it like that. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe that's the 4, or maybe we're looking for the 4 to be like this. Let's see. 2, 3. I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. It's a really bizarre correction. It's just because of this Binance Futures launch. It's really hard, huh? It's not easy at all. It's kind of changed things a little bit, this Binance launch. Alaikum salam, Orange. Mohan Bhargav is saying, I'm just bullish because whichever token got listed on Binance corrected 40 to 50% and then pumped. Pretty good. Well, has this corrected 40 to 50%? Let's have a look at that. Yeah. So you are a little bit on point. Ketawa Cecil? TRVL soon $1. Soon. When we get our Coinbase listing, yes. We're going to get Coinbase listing. I'm waiting for that. Clearly this is corrective, isn't it? Is this an ABC here? Are we looking for another ABC? I don't know. It could be. It's possible. Coming into resistance here. I think BTC going down and SLERF going up tells me that SLERF actually really wants to go up, not down. As long as BTC finds support. I mean, we've had a pretty bearish 2-hour candle here, but we're forming higher lows here. Okay. Could that be a little mini failed auction here? Into resistance there. Front run there. And now we're looking to start go down. Or is that just a continuation of its higher low? And we can still actually start pushing up. I can't tell. I really can't tell. Don't think anyone really knows. Anyone who thinks they know what's going on can't be honest. It's not that easy to know. So let me just pull the volume from this kind of this wave. Let's do the whole wave. And the value area, point of control. Is that it? How low did it get? 2.24 cents. And let me do the fib extension here. Couldn't get to the 1-to-1. That was still my target. So really, this is what I'm thinking, right? You've got an extended target of 1-to-1 here, which is still my target. It's my target because we've lost the 618 here. This blue line, right? The price now is consolidating in an upwards manner. So it's looking quite bullish. But I think fundamentally what I still want to see, even though on this kind of wave 3 volume and then all the way through to this wave 4 correction, we're in the value area. You can see this is the value area. And we're at the point of control of this kind of wave 3 to 4. Okay. So it's not looking bearish to me. I still think that just because we have this trend-based extension here, up to there, down to the 1-to-1 is here, and the 618 is there, I still think that it'll be very difficult to know if we're going up now until we can get back above here, this area. I think then we'll know. And it may be too late for a lot of people, but guess what? We're looking for explosion. So it's not necessarily too late. It's more like it's just confirmation. You'll miss the lows here, but actually you're still getting a good entry because you're getting it on some sign of strength on top of some big levels which are flipped. I think this 618 for me is really important, just simply because it also is slightly above this high volume node. It's quite a good area for the price to flip into support. So if the price can flip this area to support, and guess what? I'll be buying. I'm not going to be selling. I'll be buying. Okay. And then the invalidation is relatively easy, because then if you don't really want it to come and fall back down here again, would you? Relatively easy to invalidate, because if it does that, then actually you are looking to go down and targeting this 1-to-1. Okay, so it would be a mini kind of fake out failed auction with a kind of semi-tight invalidation here, and with enough interest you can actually explode, and you will be looking to explode. But that's kind of the area that I think we would need to flip to see a big strength here. Otherwise I actually wouldn't mind seeing another attack of the lows, and maybe even shaking some people out at this 1-to-1. Okay, a shakeout, struggling to get above that area and heading down to here for a shakeout, right back up, and then we start to impulse. Okay, swing these lows, clear the liquidity, hit your 1-to-1, put in a higher low on this wick here, on this little red wick here, and then just go to the moon from here. I think I prefer one of these two areas, and we're in the middle right now, where it's just basically scalping, scalp. That's basically what's happened. Generally considered upward corrections are generally considered bearish, not bullish. Yeah. So if we do correct upwards like this, you need to see strength, and then you need to see support flip from resistance into support. If you don't see that, then it's basically just trying to form another lower high, however it, like here, and then it will just reject and go right back down again. Okay, and so technically I kind of want to see this high taken, probably this one here first, and then just to support to hold. Yeah, probably that's what I'll be looking for some kind of bullish continuation based on this upwards correction. Is this correction bullish or bearish? You'd have to be looking at the divergences to see what the divergences are saying. At the moment we're in overbought territory on my CCI indicator, and I'm not seeing bearish divergences on the MACD at the moment. Okay, I'm actually seeing bullish divergences here at the lows on this 30-minute time scale. I'm seeing bullish divergences form at the lows, so that kind of tells me that we're still looking to go up. If you see bullish divergences at the lows, it kind of tells you that you're still looking to go up. So there's a few things going on here, and I think it's a scalper's paradise right now. Scalp, you know, until we can find some strength, flip this area into kind of some higher time frame support, or reject. And then if we do reject, I'll be looking for the lows again. Okay, I wouldn't have any hesitation longing the lows here at the 1-to-1 and getting right back into the structure, the range, the value area, and then going up. I wouldn't have any problem doing that. I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with either of these, to be honest with you. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm at. The wave count is difficult, so I would like to see the next move begin, and then it will be a lot easier to map it out. Okay, right now it's a little bit tricky. It was a lot easier when we saw the impulsive moves, where I could easily pinpointed 25 cents. Yeah, it was a lot easier to do that than it is now. Okay, and now it's a lot more trickier. Okay, so we just have to see how this plays out. Maybe someone else has some ideas. Let me see Mohan has posting me something. Let me see what Mohan has got to say. Goat. It's not SLERF. What is that? Where's the SLERF, dude? I'm looking at SLERF and you've given me goat and Mudeng. Okay. Oh, okay. Sorry, I didn't read that. You can check the goat and Mudeng Binance. Oh, okay. So the context is you can check the goat and Mudeng Binance charts. They dumped 40% and then rallied up. Yeah, but they did rally, yeah? They didn't slowly go up. They rallied up. There's a slight difference. Yeah. That's just looking at it. That's what I'm seeing right now. Hold on, let me have a look at this one. This one kind of tweezed the bottoms and then it pushed and then it just pumped up. You need the impulse. It's very hard when we get an impulse, people will start buying aggressively buying the corrections. Until you see the impulse, that's like the first wave. So when you see a first wave impulse, aggressively buy the wave 2 because you're expecting a wave 3. Yeah. So it's really good. It's really important to track your charts and not to panic, fear, not buy. So let me just kind of push this aside to, let's just create a group called Who Knows What Price Action. Because who knows what? No one really knows. The minute you get an impulse here, then you're going to get people scale into that correction. Because why? Because they're expecting another impulse. Yeah. So it really becomes easy to trade the wave 3 on trades. And also just bear in mind this, if you're doing an ABC corrective move, yeah, what's an ABC corrective move? An ABC corrective move is sometimes a 1, 2, 3 without the 4 and the 5. Yeah. So that's why the 3 is usually the most impulsive, because it's also potentially it's also the A, B, it's also the C. Yeah. You get a confluence of bears and bulls buying at the same time. The C and the 3 often align. Okay. Bulls don't know if there's going to be a 4 or 5. Bears don't care. Okay. So what happens is that when you get the wave 1 and 2, which could also be an A and a B, the C ends up with confluence on the 3, and it's often the most impulsive because no one is selling, everyone is buying the corrective move up, and the bulls are buying the wave 3 up, hoping for a wave 4 and 5. No one knows if there's going to be a wave 4 and 5. Only the price can tell us that. So that's why the wave 3 is the best, and you have to see an impulsive move before you can do that. Now, I can't really see impulsive move, correct price action here. So I'm not I think this is all corrective. I want to see impulsive. Okay. For me, that's important. You could get impulsive move up to there because we've had an impulsive, not impulsive, but a sharp drops here. You see those? If we do manage to get squeeze up, we could possibly squeeze up and have a really nice impulse. That could be your first impulse there. And then you'll be looking for a corrective move right down into the area of interest, a backflip, a back test of this high volume note. Okay, but that we just have to wait and see what happens, because the price could also right now, right here, reject. Yeah, so you just have to wait, just have to be patient and see what happens. Obviously, if you're in spot, you're just accumulating spot. No one is not accumulating spot right now. Yeah, SLERF is at 28 cents. It's only 100% away from the floor. Yeah, the floor being somewhere around 13 cents. We're only 100% up. It's really cheap. If you consider that we're in bullish market structure, we've had multiple months of correction, and we're putting so much like you would accumulate spot easily. The question now is leverage. Where do you enter leverage? You have to enter leverage lower on a planned trade or higher on a sign of strength. That's it. Right now you wouldn't be leveraging necessarily unless you're just scalping and taking profit quickly. So It's really that simple. And that's kind of my SLERF update at the moment. Okay. And let's see what happens, you know. I'm mega bullish on SLERF. The more I kind of see how we've held this low here and we haven't really dropped, I can see that there's accumulation here. I'm quite happy with the price action. When I look at SLERF, I'm not feeling bearish at all. Okay. I think it's more bullish than a lot of other tokens that I look at. And clearly Grok thinks it's more bullish than Miro the dog. So if you've got Miro, sell that shit and buy some SLERF. I'll have a look at these higher time frame indicators to see if I can see anything. Yeah, you can clearly see bullish divergence here on the MACD on this 12-hour time frame. This is effectively, you're looking at a flat correction here, some kind of flat correction here, potentially, or whatever, and then or something. And you can see here, or maybe not flat correction. Hold on, let me just see. Whatever it is, the price is going sideways, and the MACD is pushing down, isn't it? So you can see that there's absorption here. I'm not saying this because obviously it's not corrective, this is impulsive, but you can see that this here we're going sideways and here we're going down. So I think that's quite bullish. We need to go up now. I think we do really need to go up. We need to invalidate this bearish divergence here. So you have a little bit of a bearish divergence here. Okay. See that pivot high to that high? It was slightly lower, and here the same pivot is higher. So this is bearish, and we need to invalidate it. If you go up, if we take out this high, then we've literally invalidated this MACD bearish divergence, and it actually it's just following. It's just following itself. Okay, so I do think we need to go up. Okay, to do that, let me have a look at the monthly candle. Looking really good. The volume is really good. Yeah, as month candles go. Look at that volume. That's a take profit wick. It's not the top, not yet. At the very least, you'd expect the price to go up halfway. If it was going to top out, it would go up halfway and then drop. If it really wanted to crash, that's what you would expect on this candle at the very least. And ideally, what you want to do here is you kind of want to flip something into support here, maybe there on the monthly time frame, maybe a little pullback and then up, or maybe just up. But I don't know if it's wrong to want to pull back, just to kind of complete this structure correctly, back test the previous month high, and then the next candle will have a little wick underneath it, and it will be an upward candle. I don't think we want to go up and reject somewhere here and then end up falling underneath these levels. That would start to look really bearish if that happens. Yeah, then you could end up with a red candle, and it would look quite bearish. Then you'll be right back at the lows, and you'll be looking to put a higher low here on a red candle like that for the next candle to be green again. But then it would it's not what we want to see, really. We kind of want to just kind of break up and push to higher prices, because we want the momentum to start pushing to the upside, don't we? Let's have a look at the momentum as well. This is nice. Look, on the weekly time frame, where we found support on the midpoint of the weekly Bollinger Band. There, we've pushed into the overbought. And so naturally, you know, that would be what you want to see. You know, you want to see the Bollinger at the midpoint to hold as support for continuation. At the same thing here on the 3-day chart. See that? So that's kind of bullish, isn't it? It's bullish to here you see on the daily, you want to get back above the midpoint, huh? You do want to, that definitely needs to happen. Yeah, you can't go up if you're underneath the midpoint. You have to get back above it to go up. So that kind of corresponds to what I'm saying with the price. The price needs to go up now, come back, find support, then it needs to expand. All right. So if it doesn't, then it wants to go down. All right. Probably to here, somewhere here, wherever that is. Take the lows and then go up, hopefully, or we'll see. That's the Bollinger Bands. This is good, you know, the EMA 12. Is that the 12? 20. So all right, we're kind of back above it. Let's have a look at the weekly. This is good. The EMA 20, we're above it now. Look, we found a little bit of support. Where's the SMA 21? Is that 21? That's 21. So that's the classic bull market bands that Benjamin Cowan talks about, the 21 and the 20 EMA SMA. And so the price, generally speaking, needs to find, on the weekly time frame, before it can expand, it needs to find support on that region, and then it can expand, can't it? That's what he always talks about that on Bitcoin. So that's probably conducive of all these other tokens too. So that's kind of good. There's a lot of good signs here, I think. 50 moving average, simple moving average is flat, and here on the daily time frame we've clearly turned the trend on this moving average, and now we're kind of trending upwards on the 50 simple moving average. So I think everything's looking okay, huh? It's not looking too bad, is it? Altcoin Dreaming High, how's it going? So effectively, just to kind of give you a really short recap, I've taken a long time, it's like one already. This is the who knows price action. Who knows? I've called it who knows because no one really knows. Yeah, let's find a little bit of strength. Let's flip this 618 into support and let's go up, or let's go right down and swing failure these lows and find support lower down, basically. Let me see what else I did. Yeah, not too shabby, huh? Like you flip levels. Look, I had that yellow line and it's looking okay. Look at that. I had this fib retracement. Look, it came, lost the golden pocket, reclaim the local golden pocket. That's the golden pocket. Lost it, reclaim. Reclaims are strong. Reclaim, and up. Yeah. So when you get a reclaim of a golden pocket, there's an opportunity there. There's always an opportunity to enter when you get a reclaim of a golden pocket. Too bad. All right. So that's SLERF. I'm not going to really. Should I post this? It's kind of messy. It doesn't really. Just watch the video if you want a SLERF update. Altcoin Dreaming